Brody Robinson is one of only 3 Golden Grizzlies to make this mark as an Oakland point guard. He scored 20 points per game and almost 9 assists in a 4-game stretch against Lamar, Montana, Purdue Fort Wayne, and Toledo to kick off Horizon League play. He made himself known in a hurry.
Welcome back to the show. College basketball is winding down or ramping up, really, depending on how you look at it. Obviously, teams with postseason aspirations, it is indeed ramping up. Regular seasons have come to a close. Conference tournaments are on the horizon, and the NCAA tournament will be here in just 2 weeks. Selection Sunday is coming up on March the 15th. The first 4 begins March 17th and the 18th. Now, speaking of being on the horizon, our next guest is in the horizon. SportsCaster's Giovanni Moceri, our Horizon League insider, graduate of Oakland U. Oakland finished 4th in the league this year in the regular season. Wright State won the Horizon League with a 20-11 overall mark. They went 15-5 in league play. Wright State was followed by Robert Morris, Detroit Mercy, and the Golden Grizzlies. Here's Giovanni Moceri's commentary on Horizon League men's basketball.
As we close the book on another fantastic season of Horizon League men's basketball, I wanted to take a look back at some of the best stories that the league has to offer. I've been covering the Oakland Golden Grizzlies since their tip-off against the Michigan Wolverines on November 3rd, all the way until now, and I've been keeping a sharp eye on the rest of the league as well. And in no particular order, I have gathered the top 4 stories from the Horizon League, and yes, they do include our local teams in Oakland and Detroit Mercy. So here they are, the best stories of the Horizon League. And we'll start with my alma mater, the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. The return of the point guard to Point Guard U. Past couple of seasons for Oakland, despite their elite tradition of point guards and being known as Point Guard U, Oakland has not had a dedicated point guard. Even the team that defeated Kentucky a couple of years ago in the opening round of the NCAA tournament, they did not have that dedicated point guard. But a senior transfer out of UT Arlington, Brody Robinson, brought Oakland back to that tradition. Oakland has been recruiting him since his freshman year, but finally in his senior year, they were able to get him on the blacktop, and what a season he had. He was named first team All-Horizon League. He was 5th in scoring with 17 points per game and led the league in assists by far with 6.8 assists per game. In the total mark for assists, he had 20 more than the second-place player. He has the right attitude, he has an unbelievable motor and a positive nature to him that feeds off the energy of the crowd, and he is always the fastest guy on the court. He made himself known early this season with back-to-back Horizon League Player of the Week awards. Later in November and early December, he scored 20 points per game and almost 9 assists in a 4-game stretch against Lamar, Montana, Purdue Fort Wayne, and Toledo to kick off Horizon League play. He made himself known in a hurry. And he had 18 free throw attempts for Montana that gave us a taste of what he can do this season. And he would finish 3rd in the nation in free throw attempts, and he was very efficient in them too. Became a deadly weapon for Oakland in closing out games. Overall this season, he was 79.9% from the free throw line and 83.6% in conference play. Brody Robinson is one of only 3 Golden Grizzlies to make this mark as an Oakland point guard. 500 points and 200 assists. The only other 2 Golden Grizzlies to make this were Jalen Moore, who led the nation in assists in 2021, and Kay Felder, a 2016 NBA draft pick, went second round to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and whose number is retired in the arena as of last year. Absolute legends, and now Brody Robinson is in their company. At senior day, Campy called him, quote, the ultimate point guard, and mentioned that the season that he's had is on par with some of the best that the Golden Grizzlies have ever seen, and that sure backs it up. Brody Robinson is the return of the point guard to Point Guard U. Our next top story of the Horizon League is that of Robert Morris, the defending champions rising back from the ashes near the top of the league. After a 3-5 league play start, including a buzzsaw loss to the Oakland Golden Grizzlies in the arena as part of a 3-game losing streak they had near mid-January, Robert Morris won 10 of their last 12 and are currently on a 7-game winning streak to jump them all the way up to the 2nd seed in the league with a 13-7 conference record. They did that behind the power of the Horizon League Player of the Year that Robert Morris now has for 2 years in a row, sophomore Deshaun Good, who is very appropriately named. Good led the league with 8.4 rebounds per game and had a season high, a league high field goal percentage of 66.1%. He was also sixth in the league in scoring with 16.8 points per game and was a huge reason for the Colonials' success this season. He is also backed up by second-team All-Horizon League member, three-point shooter Ryan Pranther Jr., who is top 5 in many of the three-point shooting categories in conference play. Andy Toole and his Colonials are looking to defend their title this season, and they got a team that is absolutely capable of doing it. So Robert Morris and their ascension to the second seed after a rough start is another one of our best stories of the Horizon League season. And our final story from the Horizon League this season is that of the 3-1-3. The Detroit Mercy Titans have risen back to prominence. After struggling against some of the top teams in the league for much of this season, their season changed on February 12th when they were on the road against the regular season champion Wright State Raiders and handed them one of their rare losses that they've suffered this season. And that win for Detroit Mercy sparked a 5-1 finish to the regular season, where they finished third in the league for the first time since 2013. Led by senior point guard and Detroit native Orlando Lovejoy, who was selected first team All-Horizon League and an All-League defender as well. Him alongside Detroit Catholic Central high school graduate TJ Nadeau in his sophomore year earned himself a third-team All-Horizon League selection for being one of the sharpest of sharpshooters from deep the league has to offer. And Detroit Mercy capped off their regular season with a memorable win in the arena as part of the Metro Series rivalry between the Oakland Golden Grizzlies and Detroit Mercy Titans. Although Oakland has dominated the series since entering the Horizon League, it is now a rivalry because, as Coach Mark Montgomery in his second season has said after the game, after their win 95-89 over the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, it is not a rivalry until you beat your rival. And because they beat their rival, the Metro Series rivalry is back in full swing. And their revival of the rivalry, as well as their third seed for the first time in a long time, are reasons why this Detroit Mercy Titans team is one of the best stories that the Horizon League has to offer. My name is Giovanni Moceri. Hope you enjoyed the Horizon League this season and hope you enjoy March Madness.
Good stuff from Giovanni. The Horizon League tournament is underway. Detroit Mercy's the 3 seed. They face Milwaukee. In fact, that game is currently in progress. Oakland is the 4 seed facing Northern Kentucky. That game also in progress. When we come back, with spring training underway down in Lakeland, Florida, and of course the start of Major League Baseball just a couple of weeks out, we're going to dive into a major topic, and that is the topic of Tommy John surgeries being performed on pitchers who are not yet in the bigs, not even in college, but on the high school level. That's next here on Open Mic.